Hello, my friends. Welcome to Devil's Lake Food. Food for thought and food for your tummy. Wow. Little bit of excitement last night. I heard the chicken screaming. It was about 2 a.m. I jumped out of bed, grabbed the weapon, and ran out into the yard. I turned one light on, and before I could even get to the chicken coop, a chicken in a fox's mouth was running across the field. And I went to draw my weapon, and the chicken somehow escaped his mouth and ran towards me. It was hiding underneath the steps of my house, and then the fox just completely ran away. I grabbed the chicken and brought it into the house to see if it was okay. It seemed to be okay. I wasn't really sure. And then I jumped in the car and went looking for the fox, and I couldn't find it. Of course, I didn't think about bringing my camera and filming this whole thing. No, I rather show you a bunch of boring stuff every day. And then this one exciting thing, of course, I forget to film, or at least have my camera. YouTube, it's a complete way of life. You always have to be on top of things and always have your camera like around your neck or something, even when you sleep, because something could happen like this that you wish you could film. But I'm going to show you a couple things, like the chicken and how she's doing. I'll show you where the fox was starting to eat it and different things like that. But yeah, no camera. It reminds me of the time where I had 3 cameras in the passenger side of my car. And when I was driving through rural North Dakota, somewhere around Starkweather or Devil's Lake, I forget where I was, but on the side of the road was a dead deer that somebody hit. And I pulled over because I seen like 3 big giant birds on top of it eating it. And when I pulled over and looked, they were bald eagles. And I was sat there and I was like, wow, this is just like so cool. You never see anything like this. And then I drove away, probably got about 2 miles before I said, hey, I probably should have filmed that. That seems to be interesting for people to see. What a dope. Missed that opportunity. Actually drove back, made a Yui, and everybody was gone except for the dead deer. He or she, I forget which one it was, could not run away. It was still laying there. But what a dope. But this is the same kind of thing. Like, wow, just what I got to see uh, was amazing. And I never even knew foxes had such big, giant tails. But I guess that's why they're prized by those kind of people. Uh, I think it was, I don't know. I remember back in the day, like Ted Nugent or something used to wear a tail. Maybe that wasn't a fox. Maybe that was a raccoon or something. I don't know, but let me show you the chicken. Okay, here's the lucky girl still alive when I woke up this morning. Everything seems okay. Say hi. Hello, everybody. Bill saved me last night. Isn't he a nice guy? Yeah, luckily I live in a rural spot where I could shoot that stupid thing for killing all my chickens, even though he didn't get any. But I mean, I don't eat the meat of my chickens, but I do eat the eggs. It's a source of food that I don't have to buy at the store, and I can't have anything taking it away. I am not someone who enjoys killing any kind of life form. But it's messing with my food. And it's hurting my little girls, which I don't think is really cool either, right? Hmm? Yeah, let's take a look and see the feathers and stuff. There's a lot all over the place. So she kind of seems okay. You see this kind of white patches. I think that's missing top feathers, or it was just so scared it turned gray. See that? Right there, too. Like, there's a lot missing there. But otherwise, since I'm touching this young girl here, I am going to put a little band on its leg. Let me know which one it was that is very scared. Chickens get very scared. I guess that's where the expression comes from. What are you, chicken? But I was almost upset that I saved it from being eating, but that it would have like a heart attack or something from the event. But everything seems pretty good here. So I'm going to put a ban on it, and then I'm going to reunite it with the rest of the flock. And they'll be very happy because everybody else was running wild last night and they were scared to even go into their house. There was some that just stayed there all relaxed, but some actually must have been chased around or something and just avoided the fox somehow. But some were so, yeah, scared that they ran in where the ducks are. So I haven't been outside yet. I hope the fox did not come back and eat them somehow, even though I had them all locked up. And when the fox did eat them, I did not have them locked up. I thought I would give them their freedom and let them walk out whenever they wanted to, and apparently that was a big mistake. So I do have to lock them up every night to keep them safe. So let me put the ban on this thing, and then I will reunite it with the rest of the flock. These are the bands I have, different colors. None of my flock has any on there, but maybe I'll put some on today. I don't get a chance to chase them around and grab them. Somebody's got some new bling bling on. This girl's got a little bling bling. The ding ding. I chose purple. All right, girl, I'll give you a little something to eat and drink before you get with the rest of the ladies. Or girls. Hens. Whatever you want to call them. Come on, girl. You want some greens? Got some kale for you. You still scared? You're okay. Yeah, she's too scared. She doesn't want to eat or drink. Lots of feathers came out and continue to come out. I don't think I should rush her, make her go outside right away. Give her a couple hours. The rest of the chickens being locked up won't be a problem. They're probably a little scared too. So I don't want to rush this because I know chickens need to relax. You learn that for sure when they're unhappy or scared. You don't get any eggs or anything. We don't want that to happen. We want them to earn their keep. And speaking of earning their keep and giving me breakfast, I'm going to try a new pet bedding that I bought at Runnings in Devil's Lake. The store Runnings in Devil's Lake used to be called Home of Economy, and then that was sold to Runnings. And a couple days ago, I bought, I think it's a 35-pound bag, and it was on sale for, I'm going to guess now, like $14.99, and it's ground coffee. And I thought it was funny to use ground coffee as bedding because I use the eggs that I get for breakfast every day. So, hey, coffee with breakfast makes sense to me. So I'm going to show you how that works, and we'll see how far that bag goes when I lay it down on the coop. Maybe it has a good smell like coffee. Who knows? But I'm glad that they're using coffee for something. At least round up leftover coffee after you make coffee. I also thought I'd share this story with you. I lost one of my cameras probably about 2 months ago. And I knew, or I thought, you know what happens when you lose something. But I knew that it was inside the house, and I just didn't realize how I lost it. And I looked everywhere and everywhere and everywhere and everywhere. And last night, somehow, I looked onto the chair that is next to the chair that I usually sit at, and the camera was just sitting there. Once again, old age, people. If I was young, I'd just call it stupidity. But now I use old age as an excuse. Hey, for those of you who comment, what? He brings a chicken in his house? Ew. I always like to say, it's kind of like a joke, but I like to say, yeah, but if you come over with one of your infant grandchildren, you'll have to leave it outside because that thing poops and pisses everywhere. Here's the dogs today. They know something strange is in the house. The cat's a lot cooler about it than they are. Okay, my friends, here we go outside, going to bring the old girl. Pansy Brown is her name. We are going to bring her back to the rest of the flock after her big escape from the fox's mouth. And once again, let me apologize for not getting that whole thing that I seen with my own eyes on film. Maybe I wouldn't have filmed the part where I had a weapon, but the rest of it I could have filmed. Although legally, I'm okay. I checked once before about killing a predator on my farm, and it seems it's legal. Don't write me if it's not. Anyway, I'll get better at this whole, YouTube thing. Please stick with me. I'll try to have a camera around my neck at all times so I'm ready for filming things that happen. I like to call the other videos I do relaxing, not boring. But yeah, this was very exciting. So let's bring good old Pansy Brown back to the rest of the flock. They're going to be so happy that she's alive. They're not going to believe it. This is where they all came running. The fox with the chicken in his mouth ran over here, ran over here, ran over here, ran over here, ran over here. And then the fox let it go. And then the chicken ran behind these coolers and under this step while I dealt with the fox. Come on, girl, let's take a walk. See everybody. Hey, look who I have here. Can you believe it? Look, she's okay. Looks like these guys are okay too. Yeah, remember I had to check and make sure the fox didn't come back and eat all these guys, or these girls. Everybody seems okay. I'm gonna look at Rosie, who's been laying eggs and trying to hatch them. We'll see if she's in her spot. I don't know what this is about, but I got her again. I'm gonna have to keep her away from these guys for a while. I don't know what the deal is. There's always something in the chicken world. Why are they so mean to you? Okay, that was weird. All the other chickens attacking her. I'm gonna have to think this one through. But let's see if the other chickens are okay that are in the regular hen house. Maybe the fox ate them last night. I had to spend thousands of dollars on this thing a couple years ago when my ducks and chickens were all ripped to shreds. I don't really get a lot of predator attacks, but I do get some. So I bought this, one of those sheds from the highway. And, just to keep them safe. Let's take a look inside here. It is freaking me out that these chickens started attacking her. Never seen that before. I got a kind of friendly flock. Let's look in here, see if there's some damage. This is as far as I could get it kind of closed last night at 2 o'clock after the fox incident. Let's see how we can put that half of a cinder block down there. Those guys seem okay. They're over there looking at their buddies. Where they ran right over there. Alright, I guess I should let these guys out too. Yeah, let me let everybody out and run free. Maybe the predators will just come at night. The ducks don't run out right away because their girl is in there hatching eggs, and they protect her. Because I shouldn't say it. I've still had Pansy Brown in my hand this whole time. I don't know if the other chickens will attack her also. I'm kind of worried about that. She's been through too much now, running around for who knows how long in a fox's mouth. I might just let her cool out in that chicken coop, the covered one themselves. Well, not themselves. If I can only speak English better. I meant to say herself. Hold on. Let's take a look here. I'm going to have to put some water there and some food if I do that. These chickens are all running back. I don't know why. Maybe there's no water even there. Let's take a look. Come on. Oh, the ducks are coming out too. Yeah, it looks like water is what they need. That's what they're searching for. Okay, let's walk the one that had the fox incident back to this chicken coop and lock her up, and then I'll go get some liquid for everyone to drink so they don't fly away. And she should be okay. I think she kind of wants to be alone today. All right, you get in there. You're stuck by yourself today. Closing the door. Okay, everybody, let your old pal Billsy go back in the house and get a little liquid for these knuckleheads. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, got a jug. I don't have the hose hooked up. I put the hose on my sump pump. There was a little bit of a flood there, and then I noticed that my well shut off. And since then, kind of recent, just maybe yesterday, the well experts, we'll call them, they came in, and they have to drive like an hour with their big truck and come fix everything. And they got the water running in their well, in my well. So it's working and all. I just haven't got everything back to normal yet. In fact, I'm still kind of doing dishes in the house and some laundry. So the chickens came last. I was thinking about just buying another hose, but no, I'll disconnect it and all that kinds of stuff. But I haven't done it yet. Okay, so I'm just going to dump this gallon in there so they have something to drink. Yeah, it's great to have a well, be self-sufficient, but sometimes that breaks. So got to get that fixed, and that costs you money. Everything ends up costing a lot of money. You think you don't pay for eggs, but by the time you buy food and everything else, you're paying a lot more for eggs than anybody else. But I'm not driving 30 miles one way to get them, so that's a good thing. They're at my house. every morning, ready for breakfast. All right, everybody, give me a minute. I got it. Give me a minute. They're like my wife, very impatient. All right. There's a food block there, seeds and stuff, but it has some lavender in it. I also bought that at Runnings, a new kind with some lavender. And I'll show you that bag that I bought of the bedding too now. But let me throw in a little bit of food for those guys, the regular kind of layer crumble, while they're drinking. Peaceful rural living here in North Dakota. Besides the neighbor's dog, Barky, barking away and barking away. I think if she was out last night, since it's a German Shepherd, that fox probably wouldn't have come around, but she was inside the house. Looks like they want some of that. That thing with the trash in it, I gotta fill up for the ducks. Now that my well is working good, I'll eventually get that together and have a nice big pond. Then this one here, I actually just dumped so I could clean it out really good. That's why they're thirsty as can be. They're used to having a whole bunch of liquid available. Hey, let's take a look at that bedding that I bought made out of used coffee grinds. And then I'm probably going to go in town today, so maybe we'll look at Devil's Lake and what's happening with the fishing there. I'll show you some cool spots and you can see it's Wednesday right now as I'm filming, and you can see what it looks like in case you want to come here this weekend and do some fishing for white bass or walleye or northern pike or what did I miss? Perch or who knows what else. Hey, the lights just went on. Thank you, Jesus. I also should cut the lawn today. Arrgh, busy day. Here's that bedding I was talking about made from recycled coffee grinds. Recycled coffee grounds. Animal bedding. Great scent. Easy clean. No dust. Odor control. Superior moisture absorption. We'll see. I also bought this one. Hemp. Animal bedding. Made in the USA. Here's the trap I'm going to use tonight. Catch that fox. Problem is it's a live trap, so when I catch it, I have to take it for a ride and get rid of it somewhere. Hey, look what I found here, a pile of feathers.
Yeah, that fox was peeling that chicken like like we would when we make fried chicken, plucking the feathers out of it, I guess, before it ate it. Good thing I saved it. So now let me ask for everybody watching to please subscribe to Devil's Lake Food, who does not eat the chickens and is the great saver of chickens. Please subscribe. This is another chicken, not the one from the fox. Just came to bother me, of course, when I'm trying to lay this coffee grinds. I say grinds. It's actually coffee grounds. It's like I'm from another country. Oh, the bag opens up easy. Yep, that's coffee grounds. We'll let the chickens come by and spread that around. Let them have a job. If not, I'll spread it around myself a little bit later. Look, this one got out and is taking a walk. Just looking for trouble. Get back over there. Go, 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 go. You know where you live. Go, 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 go. Why'd you get out? Where'd you get out? She knows. I don't. Come on, you. If I lift this up, will you go in? Come on. Come on, if I lift this up, will you go in? Go back home. Stay safe away from foxes. I've been keeping that grass high so they can eat it. Here's a bush I bought from Hawaii. Gardenias, I think. I hope it does as good as the roses out front. I just planted this maybe 3 weeks ago. Of course, when I get back into the house, the new chihuahuas had to show me how mad they were that I did not bring them outside with me. Well, at least it was their own bed today they destroyed. Little dark out here. Sun's not out. Well, since it seems I work for these two chihuahuas, better take them for a walk. That's what they want before they break all the windows in the house. Take a look, see how much gas is today. I don't know if you can read that sign where it looks like we're at $3.86 a gallon and $4.82 a gallon for diesel. These dogs also love to trip me with their leashes. There's the local watering hole. Yeah, one pump and a credit card reader. At one point, you couldn't even use a credit card here at 386. Sit, Zipper. That's kind of like sitting. These chihuahuas are like snakes or something. Rural North Dakota price per gallon. New flags are looking good. I hear at one point this used to be a grocery store, and then 2 doors down used to be a restaurant. I'm probably talking like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, maybe even more. You can see the hen houses far off in the distance. So for all of you who have not been watching the channel for a while, we're well over 65, just living life here in rural North Dakota. Trying to spend the rest of our lives here. We used to work in kitchens, so there's no big government pension happening here. No 401k. In fact, I don't think together the both of us have made 401k our whole lives. Back around 1982, maybe it was, I remember I invested in some gold and I sold it for $400 an ounce. Man, I thought I was rich. $400 an ounce I sold it for. How much is it now? So this is Lolo. I believe in Hawaiian that means crazy. And this is Zipper. Another Hawaii themed name. Stitch was taken, so I named him Zipper. And for all of you who are new to the channel, we both were hired to run a brew pub on an island in Hawaii that had hardly any people. So that's kind of where the Hawaiian stuff comes from. Yeah, it was life-changing. That's for sure. We're not Hawaiian, but you'll see some Hawaiian references on the channel. When in Rome, when you hear people say that you get some kind of fever when you're trapped on an island, even though it's paradise, true that, makes you want to run. I used to drive to one end of the island to the other. Probably take me an hour. I had to leave eventually. Well, that was the reason in some other ones, but oh, cool. Not Devil's Lake, just a thing. I don't exactly know what it does. Maybe it has something to do with the sewage. Come on, Lolo. Time to go back to the house. Zipper, you're going the wrong way. Let's go back to the house. Used to be two of these here when I first moved here. They knocked one down. Zipper found a dead snake. Yeah, Zipper. Hello, come on. Trees help when it gets windy.
Okay, friends, I'm back in the house. I think since this got a little bit long, I'm not going to go into town today and film some fishing spots. Maybe that'll be the next one. But I have noticed I've been saying funny things like I'm shooting on film when we all know I'm not using film. That's just me and my old age. Or maybe because I always look at this Kodak thing that I have. I'll show you in a second, but I wanted to say goodbye and thanks for spending time with me and watching things. Okay, see you next time, friends.